Alrighty, so the Friday night game between FC Cincinnati and Orlando City to kick off match week number 16 is in the books, and in the end, it's FC Cincinnati with a 1-0 win against Orlando City to get themselves back in the winning column. But when you watch how this game plays out, Cincinnati should have won by more than the 1-0 win that they had. In fact, the only reason why Cincinnati only won it 1-0 in this game was Pedro Galese. I mean, he pretty much stood on his heads throughout most part of this game, and especially in the first half. And if it wasn't for him doing so, this game would have been over by halftime because it was one-way traffic in favor of the host in this game, and Orlando City really didn't have had a chance until very late in this one. Now, in the first half, 5 minutes in, the first shot of the game came as Brenner hits it wide off the set piece, though not much happening in the first 10 minutes with most of the ball playing in the middle of the field, and it feels like it's a classic example of an MLS game where both of these teams just kind of try to feel each other out. Though the first big opportunity came in the 14th minute when Galese robbed Hagelin from point-blank effort. Nick Hagelin was very active in the first half, and he'll probably be thinking how in the world he did not score a goal in this game, and maybe even have some nightmare of Pedro Galese in this one because he had some grade A chances that was just being robbed by Pedro Galese throughout this game. Though early on, I thought Cincinnati was dictating this game, and Orlando, they were looking to draw back, which is something we've seen them do before where, when they're on the road, they tend to like to be a little bit more defensive and maybe hope that they can nick a goal off the counterattack. And then Hagelin had another opportunity in the 20th minute, but this one he blasted over the bar from 18 yards out. The first shot for Orlando came in the 27th minute as Pereira missed wide on the header. The shots were only 3-2 throughout about 30 minutes in favor of Cincinnati. So, it wasn't really a lively first 30 minutes, but you kind of sense that Cincinnati were the better team up to that point. And I even wrote that, the pace seems like it was at a walking level as neither team really showed too much urgency on the attack. Though that being said, in the 38th minute, Galese would deny Barriel from close range. And then on the very next sequence, Galese would rob Hagelin again. This time, Hagelin had a free header from the ball that was coming into the box. And yeah, I mean, Galese with just an incredible cat-like reflex save to deny him there. And I mean, Galese is on top of his game right now. Like, he is literally stood on his heads right now. In Cincinnati, they not only were pounding on the door, but, some people would even say that they probably should have got the opening goal if it wasn't for Pedro Galese. So we do head to halftime, scoreless between both of these teams, and in the second half, once again, Cincinnati has all the possession, and Orlando was dropping even more deeper in a low block, which at that point I just kind of had a feeling that Orlando was playing for a draw. And it kind of also makes sense because, they probably know that they want to keep following the pattern of win, draw, loss, win, draw, loss. So it feels like, getting a draw in this one will continue that inconsistent pattern. But if you're an Orlando City fan, it probably is not a good feeling to see the team continue to drop deeper into a low block, because we've seen before where teams decide just simply bunker for the entire game. Most of the time it doesn't work out. And, Cincinnati was continuing to pile man forward to try to get that opening goal. Though there was a chance for Orlando in the 51st minute as Torres actually took a weak long-range shot that goes wide. Galese would then deny Vasquez on the back post, but he did kind of allow a rebound for Vasquez to get a second attempt, though, Vasquez did had a bit of a tight angle to shoot that one, but that one still was clear off the line. Costa then tried to curve it into the upper 90, but missed just high. Costa, of course, coming off the bench for the second game in a row after he just came out of health and safety protocol in the league. And I was also about to write, well, is this kind of one of those nights once again for Cincinnati where we've seen this before with this team, how, with so many chances that they had, they missed those opportunity, and then somehow in some way Orlando will score on the other end and get the 1-0 lead, and that Orlando would win this one, and that would be a very, very kind of Cincinnati way to lose a game. But if there's one thing we know about Cincinnati this season, is that they're putting those heartbreak right back in the back shelf. I mean, this team has definitely finally got over the hump that they're not just going to break their hearts of their loyal supporter every single week, because in the 65th minute, the long-await breakthrough finally happened, and it's Brenner who gets the breakthrough from Acosta to give Cincinnati a 1-0 lead. Not only not only that was a huge relief goal where you can definitely see the 25,000 in near capacity crowd at TQL Stadium was erupt with relief, but that's also a huge goal for Brenner too. It's his first goal of the season, and what has just been a very frustrating season for the Brazilian number 9, and that there's been a lot of rumor that he could potentially be move on from FC Cincinnati this year. Finally getting that goal. Let's just hope that maybe this will spark his confidence, because as the old saying goes, if you're a number 9, if you can score a goal, you can definitely go on a run, and if you finally score a goal to break a drought, then it feels so much relief. And that, yeah, for Brenner, what a big goal that is to really hopefully maybe lift his confidence a little bit for the rest of the season. Now in the 66th minute, Pato tried to respond quickly for Orlando, but blast that one into the stands. And again, I thought Orlando, I feel like they were still kind of being very compact, which is kind of confusing to me, because you're down 1-0. You have to eventually take some risk going forward and trying to attack. But no, that's what they did not do that. And for the most part, Cincinnati was looking very comfortable, just kind of hold on to the ball and maybe build up again to trying to create another chance for the second goal. Though in the 82nd minute, Orlando did have that chance to get the equalizer. If there's one thing I know about Orlando this season, as much as at times they get absolutely outplayed on the road, they somehow nick a goal out of nowhere. And it looked like this was the moment again in the 82nd minute when Antonio Carlos had a free header in the back post, and he missed that one wide. I mean, that one was literally on a platter, and that was kind of the moment for Orlando City that they've been waiting for all night, for them to have a chance to score a goal. And for Antonio Carlos, unfortunately, he just could not put that one on frame. But I also immediately wrote, yeah, for Cincy, they got to be careful, because they also kind of switched off when Orlando had the opportunity there. And I know it's easy to switch off when you've been dominating and dictating the play throughout the game, but it only takes one mistake. And especially with this team, knowing they have a history of breaking their fans' hearts time after time, you just feel like maybe it's going to happen again. But like I said, one thing I've seen with Cincinnati this season is that they're trying not to do that. They're trying to finally get over that hump. And I would kind of also say that if this was the Cincinnati team from last season, they would definitely not won this one. But because this team finally knows how to kind of close out game and finally knows how to preserve a lead, unlike last year where they blew the lead so many times, we're seeing them finally getting a huge 3 points. Because the last note I wrote this is that despite the time was running out, Orlando was still showing no urgency on the attack, and that's when I kind of feel like, yeah, they already accepted that they're going to lose this game, which is exactly the case. And yeah, Cincinnati with a 1-0 win in this one. I believe they are now back above the red line, because I think they jumped Charlotte in terms of that spot for the time being, because they could still find themselves below the red line depending on what happened in the resort that Charlotte, and I also think New England resort is going to be, because I think they also jump into 6th position right now. But the shots in this one, 14 shots for the 7 that Orlando has, 9 shots on goal for the 2 that Orlando has. Both team had 4 shots that was off target, both team had 1 shot that was blocked. And possession-wise, 54% possession compared to the 46% possession that Cincinnati has in this game. And, for Orlando, again, the inconsistency continue. We've seen how in the last game when they got the victory against Houston, where for the most part they play all right, except for the last 20 minutes where, yeah, they were really trying their best to lose this game, and they follow that by just decide to not show up tonight in Cincinnati and decide to not even think about maybe getting all 3 points in this one. And it's no wonder why a lot of Orlando City fans are very frustrated with this team, because you just don't know what kind of Orlando team is going to be out there with the inconsistency they've been battling throughout this entire season. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you like, smash the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this game? And again, tomorrow we got a full slate of MLS action, another busy day where there's going to be 6 games or actually not 6 games, 9 games that is going to happen. But most likely, as it is always the case whenever that we have a busy night of MLS action on Saturday, most likely I will not do the review of the Saturday action until Sunday. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys like, smash the subscribe button, and yeah, I of course will see you guys next time.